Give us a bit of a clap, come on! We can't continue until we hear some decibels, ladies and gentlemen, come on!
It starts off a little tenuous, but by the time you develop the relationships, by the time you're building that confidence with other partners, people understand that there is something in it for them.
What BID will be able to do for us today is raise that awareness, pull more people into the store, drive the footfall down to Whitechapel, and hopefully help us convert more customers, take more money, and ultimately be one of the best stores in the business.
This year's been all about strengthening partnerships and developing relationships. We've got lots of organisations we work with on a daily, weekly basis.
I'm Louise Harris, I'm the Chief Inspector for the City Centre in charge of operations. BID for us are probably our biggest supporters. They're like our extended police family.
We've now opened the cop shop in St John's by working in partnership with the council, with Merseyside Police, with Land Security and the BID picking up the rent. We've managed to maintain a city centre police facility, which is the first private sector funded cop shop in the UK.
The police access point, which was opened in St John's precinct, was probably one of the biggest initiatives that we've undertaken together as a partnership. Very recently had Yvette Cooper visiting while the Labour Party conference was ongoing, and she was hugely impressed as well with the ongoing work that is carried on in Liverpool.
We're a huge nighttime destination. I'm delighted to say that we were one of the first cities anywhere in the UK to win Purple Flag status.
The Purple Flag is a nationally accredited scheme which is given to towns and cities if they're considered to have a safe and vibrant nighttime economy. The greatest support of the re-accreditation was the opening of the police access point or the cop shop.
The situation that the country found itself in August was the riots, and Liverpool didn't suffer from that because Liverpool had a very, very robust policing plan. The role of City Central BID within that was to ensure that we got the message out to our BID businesses that it's business as usual, that Liverpool is safe, that Liverpool is under control.
We had an incident outside of our store on the last day of the riots. Jed walked past and had an armed response team there within seconds because he saw a potential opportunity for damage, and literally just picked up his phone. He'd actually finished work for the day, which I just think is absolutely outstanding. He cared for us and he cared for the fact that we were still open and trying to trade.
It's communication, and Liverpool does communicate very, very well. The role of events is about bringing people into town. It's not without substance. It's actually a key economic driver. We pooled our resources along with the council, Liverpool One, Land Security, a number of key city centre partners, and we've printed a map that they can follow, whether it's for shopping, whether it's as a cultural guide, whether it's a transport guide. A massive print run, which again has been very, very well received.
Sua benção Iemanjá, peço licença pra entrar. Sua benção Iemanjá, peço licença pra entrar.
If the environment's not right, it's not attractive, it means you won't bring people in, you won't generate return visits. It's been a very, very concerted effort to improve our environment, working with the council and Enterprise Liverpool in terms of making sure that the cobbled streets are reinstated to a good standard. It's about maintenance of benches and street furniture. It's all the invisible stuff that if we weren't doing it, people would soon recognise that there was a job that needed to be done that was being overlooked. The hanging baskets was something that we introduced 2 years ago, and many people thought perhaps it was a little bit twee. But it's interesting, even though we've got a wonderful built environment in the city centre, it's not particularly colourful. And by doing something as simple as introducing hanging baskets, it had a knock-on effect on what we had with businesses in other areas like Ranelagh Street, Matthew Street, Whitechapel, Dawson Street, Williamson Square, saying, well, these look fantastic, can we have some?
I'm Mandy from News from Nowhere, Radical and Community Bookshop. We have loved the flower baskets that have been up all year. It's amazing how much it just brightens up the street, that just having hanging baskets, and it gives it that village feel. It's
been so successful that now we've extended it virtually throughout the whole of the BID area. The only place that we couldn't do it really was Church Street and Lord Street, so what we did, we brought in plants and we put them in the seating area at the base of the trees because we don't have lampposts in the area, so we had to improvise. For a long time I've felt that we've not really maximised the Cavan Quarter and Matthew Street. The original Wall of Fame was looking a bit tarnished and looking a bit sorry. So for not a great deal of money, we ended up having the original discs of all the Liverpool #1 hits removed, repolished, refitted, and it was just in recognition of a very, very important part of the business improvement district over the road from the cavern. If you don't keep on top of issues like that, the area will very, very soon start to look and feel a little bit neglected. We found once we got them down off the wall, they had to be dipped in acid, they had to be lacquered with a special lacquer, but we're pleased to say that for our investments, they will now last for a number of years without having any further treatments.
Right, BBC Radio Merseyside, let's get to the singing bin, shall we? Being introduced in Liverpool to thank people for disposing of their litter carefully. The idea of Keep Britain Tidy will sing a modified refrain of the hit Thank You Very Much.
Thank you very, 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 very much. We're the only bid in the UK that is official ambassador of Keep Britain Tidy.